This backdrop really sucks, doesn't it? Although we have a Donald, so step in the right direction. One day it'll look cool behind me. There are a lot of games coming in 2020 and also beyond 2020, I hope, otherwise I am out of a job. So I thought I'd make a quick fire video where I go through all of the games that are going to be releasing in 2020, the most anticipated ones, not all of them. If I did all of them, we'd be here for longer than we're already going to be here. Some of the games we're going to be seeing more of in 2020, along with games that are yet to be announced, that should be announced in 2020. I'm whispering because it's a secret. Nobody can know that we know about these games coming out. So don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date on some of the games that I'm going to be talking about and other content that I make, as well as liking the video, even though you don't know if you're going to like the video or not. Strap yourselves in with that's a seatbelt, because as I always say, if you're in for the ride, you're in for the like. One time I said that. Just now. Please like the video. Thank you. Anyway, let's go. Let's start off with a nice indie game called 12 Minutes. The game's mechanic is similar to the movie Groundhog Day. If you haven't seen the movie Groundhog Day, it's like 12 days of Christmas, or 12 days of Christmas Eve, or 12:01, or 12:01 PM, or ARQ, or Before I Fell, or Blood Punch, or Camp Slaughter, or Christmas Every Day, or A Day, or Doctor Strange. It's not like Doctor Strange. It's not like that one. The game consists of reliving the same 12 minutes over and over again, and every single time you're basically collecting data on how to complete the game, figuring out the way characters react to certain actions, figuring out what timings you have to use, figuring out how you can interact with the world, and every time you're playing through, you're getting closer and closer to beating the game. We don't have an exact release date, but we do know it is coming in 2020, so that'll be fun. Probably going to stream it. The brand new AC game, Animal Crossing New Horizons. You see what I did there? Threw you through a loop, didn't I? Hate myself. Animal Crossing New Horizons is the first Animal Crossing game coming to the Nintendo Switch. I don't play Animal Crossing games much, but my girlfriend Elva does, and I know a lot of other people do as well. I'll go follow her as well, I guess. If I'm going to talk about her, I guess I should take a follower. And I know a lot of people do play the Animal Crossing games as well. I personally don't know a great deal about them, but the concept of them is very, very interesting. You know, running a town, keeping things afloat, be able to customize everything and interact with all these people and complete tasks. It's, you know, it's a fun, cute little game, and, you know, it's something that I'll probably play a little bit because I'm sure my girlfriend will get it. And that's coming March 20th, 2020, so pretty soon. Next up is a big one, Cyberpunk 2077, the newest release from CD Projekt Red, the developers of the Witcher franchise. Cyberpunk 2077 was announced in 2013 and has been in development for a hell of a long time and is finally coming out in September of this year. Taking place in the fictional Night City, we're going to be able to take control of our own customized character and go out into this world to complete quests and do all of the things that we love to do in CD Projekt Red RPGs. It's a game that I'm personally very excited for and will be making content on when it comes out at the end of this year. I am incredibly looking forward to this game. I think this is one of the most hyped games of 2020, and I cannot wait to see exactly what CD Projekt Red has in store for us with their next title. Doom Eternal is the next one, coming the same day as Animal Crossing New Horizons, so take your pick, because you can only go for one. You know, the joke was that they're not similar, and they probably have different audiences. I apologize for that poor display of humor. The sequel to 2016's Doom, a lot of people are very much so looking forward to this. Not me, because I'm an intellectual that likes proper games, not just shooting demons, because, you know, I have a brain. Got ya! Bet you were typing an angry comment there, weren't you? Please don't. Doom's fine. It's not for me, but I'm glad you're excited. Anyway, next one. Dying Light 2 is the next game on my list of games. A game that was meant to be coming out in spring of this year, but has since been delayed indefinitely, but is still apparently coming in 2020. So I reckon we can expect it September, October, November sort of time this year. Following up the original Dying Light, it's a zombie post-apocalyptic game with parkour and things. Looks pretty interesting. I've never played Dying Light 1, but it is one of those games on my list to catch up with. So maybe one day I'll stream Dying Light and Dying Light 2 when both are out. It could be interesting. We'll see. I don't know. Final Fantasy VII Remake is a game that has been in development for a hell of a long time. It seems that all Square Enix JRPG properties seem to be in development hell for for their entire lifespan. Final Fantasy 15, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Kingdom Hearts 3. When are you going to just release your games? Stop making them for so long. That's a joke. Take your time. Anyway, that's coming in April of 2020, and it's a game that I'm really looking forward to. I've never played Final Fantasy 7, but I am immensely excited to be able to experience this story for the first time in this remake. I know there's going to be a lot of differences, but the story will remain true to the original in a new sense. I'm very much looking forward to this game, and it might be one that I'll stream when it launches, who knows. Ghost of Tsushima is a game that has been in development for a while. We've known about it for a multitude of years at this point. It's the final Sony exclusive coming to the PlayStation 4 era of games. We don't have an exact release date yet, but we know it's coming in 2020, and there's no doubt that it's coming after The Last of Us Part 2, which is coming in May. I'll talk about that later. Sorry, I shouldn't have mentioned that game yet. Set in feudal Japan, it looks to be a blend of the action-adventure open-world RPG formulas, but taking it to somewhere new. It looks to be a game that wants to immerse the player in this world while giving you a ton of different things to be able to explore. We don't actually know a great deal about it. It seems to be a game that they've kept very under wraps. We've seen pieces of gameplay here and there, we've seen trailers and they've given us information, but it's not a game that we know every little detail about. How the world works, what you can and can't interact with, how quests are going to work. Will it be more heavily RPG or more action-adventure? We don't know at this point really the way they're leaning with this game, and I think that's very exciting and something that I'm really looking forward to seeing develop more in 2020 and when it finally releases, probably towards the end of this year. It's a game that I'm probably going to start covering when we get more and more information, and when the game comes out, of course, I'm going to be playing it, streaming it, all of those things, because this is one of those games that's very much my type of game, being an open world historical action-adventure, maybe slightly RPG title. Gods and Monsters is the newest title coming from Ubisoft Quebec. Halo Infinite is coming at the end of this year. It's going to be cross-gen, running on the Xbox Series X console, along with the Xbox One and Microsoft Windows. We don't have an exact release date as of yet, but we do know it's coming in 2020, and it's coming alongside the next console, so that's confirmed. It looks to be that they're improving the story of this game, following the Master Chief rather than some side character for some reason. Hopefully the multiplayer also follows in the wake of Halo 5, which was one of the best Halo multiplayers, in my opinion, since Halo 3. So I'm very much excited to see what they do with Halo Infinite. And with the old art style returning, it looks to be a perfect Halo game for fans like myself. But only time will tell. Maybe 343 will get it all wrong all over again. We can't know. That's probably likely, however. I just ruined my own excitement in the past 5 seconds of me talking. The Last of Us Part 2, the long-awaited sequel to The Last of Us, the first one. Naughty Dog have been working on this game for a while, and it looks to take the hardware of the PlayStation 4 right to its limit, with the visuals, with the animations, with the design of the levels. It looks to be a game that's really pushing this generation, and they want to go out with a bang. I cannot wait to play this game. I can't wait to see where the story takes us. I can't wait to see what gameplay opportunities unveil, with the way the world looks, the things we can experience. It's going to be one of those things that only Naughty Dog can achieve in the way they build their worlds, and I'm very much excited for The Last of Us Part 2. Coming May 29th, so that's going to be a ton of fun. Marvel's Avengers looks like a shit show. Sorry, Marvel's Avengers is coming this year. On the 4th of September now. It was originally releasing in May, but they have now delayed it until September, allowing you to take control of the main Avengers as well as the other host of Marvel characters. This game is one that looks very strange in the way that they've structured it, being also co-op and single player. So I'm not entirely sure exactly where they're going with this. It's one that I've tried to follow, but every time I have, it's confused me because I'm not entirely sure how this game works, but it is one that I will probably play when it releases. Hopefully this delay means that they can polish the game, finish the game properly, and when it releases it won't look like some of the gameplay that we've seen in some of the demos and trailers that we've seen recently. So I'm not excited, but I am optimistically intrigued for Avengers coming in September. Microsoft Flight Simulator is a game that's said to be coming in 2020. We don't have a release date yet, but it's currently in alpha testing. It looks fucking gorgeous. It uses Bing's maps to be able to map out the entirety of our planet using dynamic clouds and shaders and things to allow you to fly across what will look like an incredibly photorealistic planet Earth, from Sydney to London and if you don't run out of fuel, that is, and crash into the ocean, and all of the other places that you can expect on the planet. It's going to be incredibly interesting to experience, and it's a game that came out of nowhere, and when I saw the trailer, I was like, you know what? That's my kind of thing. So maybe that'll be one for a stream sometime, but I'm very much looking forward to that when it eventually does launch. Resident Evil 3 Remake is coming on the 3rd of April 2020. It's a game that I'm very much excited for after playing the Resident Evil 2 Remake, which was an incredible experience. I actually streamed it if you want to check that out. And it looks to be something that I'm really going to have fun playing, and I think a lot of people are as well. So I'm very much looking forward to that. It's coming out very soon, just a few months from now, so that's going to be a blast. Skatebird. It's a game where you skate as a bird, and I'm not going to lie, while I was researching this video for games that I'd be interested in talking about, this one caught my eye. I'm looking at it now. That is absolutely adorable. I love it. I can't wait. I probably won't play it, but I really like it. And finally, the last game that we know is definitely coming in 2020 that I wanted to talk about is Watch Dogs Legion. I say wanted to talk about very loosely. More so, it's a big game that I had to talk about because I can't not talk about it. It looks really shit. Sorry. It really does. And that is coming, we don't know because they delayed it indefinitely. So this year, I think, or not. I don't know what they're doing with it. Just don't release it, eh? That's probably the better choice. Sorry. Now the next section is games that we'll probably see more of this year. Games that we know are coming at some stage, that have been announced to the public, that we know are definitely coming. We've had teasers or whatever, but don't have a release date yet. But we'll probably see more of this year. First up is Skull and Bones, first shown back at E3 2017, I believe it was. So it's been 3 years now since we first saw Skull and Bones. It was meant to be an open world multiplayer ship shooting game, which, you know, if you're making a sequel, a spiritual successor to Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag without the assassins, what you don't also take out is everything else. You can't just make a pirate game like that and just have ship combat. Hopefully the delay means that they're rebuilding this sort of from the ground up and adding an actual story mode, and they're actually adding land gameplay where you can explore islands and towns and cities and do quests and actually have a story and a character. Or maybe they're not doing that. Regardless, maybe Skull and Bones will never come out. But I am interested to maybe see more of it this year, and optimistically, I'm hoping for the game that I originally hoped we'd get when we first saw that initial teaser trailer, which is Black Flag, but without the assassins. Just the pirate stuff, and just go crazy with it. Maybe we'll finally get to see that. Maybe we won't, but I'm intrigued nonetheless. Staying on the topic of Ubisoft, we've next got Beyond Good and Evil 2. We've kept getting updates over and over again over the course of the years after it first got revealed. I believe that was also in 2017. It might have been 2018. I don't remember. Beyond Good and Evil 1 is a game I absolutely fucking adore. It's incredible from start to finish, and this game looks like it's being given the same love and care, and Ubisoft are letting the team get on with it. I think they should just take all the time they need to eventually get this out, but I don't think it's coming in 2020. I think we'll probably see some more at this year's E3, I imagine, to talk about the next generation of consoles and how Beyond Good and Evil is really utilizing that, but I don't think this is a game we're going to be seeing launching in 2020. If we do, I would be incredibly shocked, but I reckon it's 2021 at the earliest, maybe 2022. But regardless, this is a game I'm really looking forward to because it looks like they're really taking their time and making this a game that people are going to want to play and experience. So keep up the hard work, and I can't wait to see more. Maybe this year's E3. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild got a teaser trailer for a sequel, a direct sequel. Not just another Zelda game, but an actual Breath of the Wild 2. We don't know a great deal about this game, but due to the success of Breath of the Wild, we can imagine this game follows heavily in its footsteps, being a direct successor to that game itself. I haven't played Breath of the Wild myself yet, although I do have it and have owned it for about 3 years, I think, at this point. Oh, Christ. One day I'll play it, and I am interested to see what they do with this new one, and maybe the hype for that will get me to finally play Breath of the Wild. No promises, though. I'm a busy man doing videos talking about Skatebird. That's what I do, you see. Elder Scrolls 6 is the next big title that people have been waiting for from Bethesda Game Studios. We got an official teaser for that back in 2018, but ever since they've gone pretty much silent on the matter. I am expecting this year we'll get to see some more of Elder Scrolls 6, given this is the year that they're going hard with next gen. We're going to be seeing stuff for the PS5, we're going to be seeing stuff for the new Xbox, and these studios are going to be talking about the games they've been working on specifically for these brand new systems. It's very likely to me that we'll see Elder Scrolls 6 more so this year than we have done previously, but I don't expect to see a great great deal of it. That being said, Starfield is a game I do expect to see a great deal of. The newest game that's coming next from Bethesda Game Studios before even Elder Scrolls 6, and this is also a next-gen title, a game that I believe at this year's Bethesda press conference we will see a great deal of. I think they'll start marketing it properly. Maybe we'll see some gameplay running on a PS5 or an Xbox Series X or whatever, and really get to see what this game is going to be, the way that it looks, the way the gameplay systems work, the world and things like that. And I'm very interested to see what they do with it, because this is really a make or break for Bethesda at this point. After Fallout 4 not being as good, after the countless Skyrim re-releases, and after Fallout 76, this is really the make or break. Starfield has to be a great game to make me want to buy Elder Scrolls 6, although I will still buy it regardless because I'm a fucking muppet. Elden Ring is a game coming from FromSoft, and George R.R. Martin, the writer of The Song of Ice and Fire, more commonly known as the Game of Thrones TV show, which is based on his books. This game is one that caught me by surprise. It's a FromSoft game that's not a Souls game, but is going to be an open world RPG type deal. And with George R.R. Martin behind a lot of the writing and the lore of this game, I think this is one that is going to be a fucking killer, because this is a great mind and a great studio coming together to make something very unique, and I'm very interested and very excited to see what more we get from Elden Ring coming this year, which I think is no doubt happening probably at this year's E3. Lord of the Rings Gollum is a game that was announced. We don't actually have an official teaser for it, but it was officially announced with a logo. Following Gollum, but apparently not actually looking like the movies, this game is going to be somewhat different. We don't know exactly when it's coming, but I reckon it'll probably be 2021. I don't really know what to think about this. It's Gollum, and I never really saw Gollum and went, oh, protagonist, because, well, it's Gollum. But regardless, this is a game that I will probably follow and see exactly where it goes when they officially start showing the game itself, which could be at this year's E3, given we're going to be seeing a lot of next-gen titles, which I believe will be this. Dragon Age 4 was teased last year or the year before, I don't exactly remember, but it's being developed by BioWare, as of course it would be as their fucking game. And I assume this year we're going to be seeing more of it, seeing an official reveal, seeing actually stuff rather than just a logo, and maybe we're going to get to see the world, the way the game systems work, the visuals. Very interesting stuff, and Dragon Age has been very rocky from the start, and I think this is BioWare's way of winning people back after Mass Effect Andromeda. So hopefully this game looks quality, and it can be one that we can all be interested in and excited for, and we can play without hating it, like Andromeda. And the final game that we're probably going to see a lot more of this year that we don't know an exact release date for is Hellblade 2. I've never played the first Hellblade, but I really want to, and I'm probably going to stream it at some point, and the trailer for Hellblade 2 looked phenomenal. So I am very excited for Hellblade 2 and what it holds and what it means for the new Xbox. So I am very much looking forward to seeing this game, seeing what it's capable of, and seeing it in action. So that's something that this year we're definitely going to see for sure. Now it's time to jump into the speculation rabbit hole. Not entirely speculation, these are all based on something. However, it's all sort of conjecture based on rumors and leaks and Jason Schreier going, I know this leak is true. He doesn't whisper that, but we whisper it because we don't want anyone to know that we know. The first one being Batman, known as Batman Arkham Legacy. I've talked about it previously, I've made a wish list on it, and talked about it a little bit in my retrospective. This is a game that is sure to be coming this year, and sure to be announced, hopefully sometime soon, if not at E3. I can't wait to see what they're doing with this brand new Batman game. It's Warner Brothers, and I absolutely love Arkham Origins, so I really can't wait to see what they do with this new Batman title, and I'm very much waiting, very excitedly, to see this finally get revealed and announced. And it's a game that I'm going to be covering the shit out of and talking about on this channel, so subscribe if you are interested in the new Batman. Ugh. Sorry, I meant to say Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed, codenamed Ragnarok, is said to be coming this year, being developed by Montreal 3, the studio responsible for Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. We don't know a great deal about this game apart from leaks that we've seen here and there, and Jason Schreier saying, yeah, it's a Viking game. Jason Schreier needs to cut it out. I'm gonna bloody wring his neck. I'm not actually gonna do that. Jesus Christ, imagine me wringing Jason Schreier's neck like fucking... That, okay. After Montreal's last game in Assassin's Creed Origins, Assassin's Creed was then given to Quebec to make a game. In the meantime... Now Montreal is back to make another entry in the franchise, so it's very interesting to see where this game goes. Will it lean more into Odyssey? Will it lean more into Origins? I believe Origins, because Odyssey is a travesty. Enough talking about that, let's move on. Fable 4 is a game that I've been waiting for a very long time. Even when I made my Fable retrospective back at the beginning of 2018, I was waiting that year to maybe see an announcement for Fable, and then 2019 I was waiting for an announcement for a new Fable, and this year I feel it's the right time, because Microsoft has to go hard with next-gen announcements. We've got to show this is what we're doing. They're not coming out yet, but this is what we're doing with the next Xbox, and here's a new Fable. I imagine we'll see a teaser trailer this year. I'm willing to bet my life, not my life, I'm willing to bet my girlfriend's life on it. Either way, I win. Horizon Zero Dawn was a game that I absolutely loved in 2017, and it's a game that I believe we'll be seeing an announcement of this year, perhaps even in February, as being a launch title for the PlayStation 5. Horizon Zero Dawn was an incredible success, and I believe that Sony are going to want to push that moving into the PlayStation 5. They don't have a God of War because it came out so very soon. They don't have another Spider-Man that also came out soon. The only game that makes sense for there to be a sequel of to launch the PlayStation 5 is Horizon Zero Dawn, because by the time the PlayStation 5 launches, they'll have had nearly 4 years to make a new Horizon game since the release of the last one. So it's the only game that makes sense to me to go ahead and release as a launch title for the PlayStation 5, and I cannot wait to see what they do, making things bigger, better, more dynamic, more to do, and developing this story even further in a universe that I'm already heavily invested in with a character that I love in Aloy. I can't wait to see what they do with Horizon Zero Dawn 2, and I am very, very confident we'll be seeing it this year. Supposedly this year, this is a very small topic, but Bluepoint, the studio famous for remastering and remaking games such as the Shadow of Colossus remaster/remake, are making their own game. We don't know a lot about it, but apparently, supposedly, it's going to be a big deal for Sony. That could be one we see in a couple of weeks' time that gets announced, ready for coming out with the PlayStation 5, or it could be one we see later down the line this year. Without Sony being at E3, we can't be sure when they'll show these things, but it's something that I'm very much looking forward to, as Sony have won my trust with the games that they put out from their first-party studios. Skate 4. Yeah, look, a man can hope. At least we have Skatebird to tide us over. Haha. Fuck. And the final game that we might see this year, which is a little bit of a stretch, is a brand new Uncharted title. We know that Naughty Dog have been working on The Last of Us Part 2. However, a studio in Santa Monica have been working on a new Uncharted game, and I would assume this is a next-gen PS5 game. Is it something we could see this year? Is it something they'll use to launch the PlayStation 5? I don't know. If anything, I feel like it'll come out early 2021, with Horizon coming out at the end of the year with the new PlayStation 5. But never say never, and this could be a game we see teased and announced this year in 2020. If not, it's not far off being announced, I don't think. Given the last Uncharted game came out in 2016, it's been 4 years, and 2020 or 2021 feels the right time to release a new Uncharted title. So who knows if it's going to be this year, but it's something that's definitely coming, and 2020 doesn't seem unrealistic. They might decide to tease it at some point, or at least officially announce it that it's coming at some stage. But that's it for all of the games coming in 2020 that we'll see more of in 2020, and that are yet to be announced, but could be announced or should be announced in 2020. Let me know if there's anything I missed that you guys are really looking forward to, whether that is coming this year, seeing more of this year, or being announced this year. I couldn't go through every single game because there are so many. I look to see the big titles that are coming, like Doom, Animal Crossing, Assassin's Creed, Batman, those sorts of things, and also then the ones that I'm specifically interested in. I try to make a diverse amount of games here, so let me know what the ones that I missed, because of course I missed some, but don't get offended about it. Like, you know, just be like, oh, this is a game I'm really looking forward to, wish you could have talked about it or something. Rather than, can't believe you didn't fucking talk about this game, I really want to play this game, you fucking shit gamer. Don't ever call me a shit gamer, that is incredibly offensive. I don't like that. Anyway, that's it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, all those good things. I'll see you guys next time for the next video. I reckon I've got one on Horizon 2 coming very soon that I'm going to get to work on. It'll be a bit more of a project type video, so that'll be quite fun to delve into. Anyway, thanks for joining, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.